What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday. This is Infinite Talk. My co-host is running a bit late, but I figured I'd go live and talk to you all. We are simulcasting tonight. We're on both Rumble and on YouTube. I think I see myself on Rumble. It's happening. Things are working. I did a little test earlier tonight to make sure that everything's working, and it seems to be doing just fine. So after about an hour and something, the spicy topics are going to be talked about on Rumble because I have some spicy stuff I want to talk about. Got some COVID stuff I want to talk about. I got some really cool stuff I want to talk about, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for Rumble because that's the place to be now. Because YouTube is still really uncool about a lot of stuff. Can't talk about anything we want to really actually have a conversation about. So you got to go to Rumble. And until John gets here, I'm just going to chat with you guys for a bit, see how you're doing. Hopefully you're doing well. Well, now I'm excited, says Craig. Yeah, you should be, because going unleashed, baby. I'm going unleashed. It was about time. It's like, it's been a wild ride on YouTube. I really love YouTube. Don't get me wrong. YouTube has been super fun. It's been a hell of a place to be. I've met so many awesome people, but it's time to diversify. It's time to actually go other places and talk about actual news that's happening, where we can actually have a conversation. 200 Watt Studios is in the house for $2. Says, hey, Nina, love the new hair. What new hair? This is the same hair. This is the same hair. There's nothing new about it. It just sometimes works better than other times. It's like, hi, today I want to work better. Today my curls just want to be like, hey, I'm here and I'm curly. I have used a new product. Maybe that's what it is. But thank you. Thank you for the $2. Spectral Citizen says, hi, Nina. That's a member message. Hi. Hello, Spectral. That shirt is awesome. It is. Shout out to Big Raj. We all know where this is from. Don't we? I mean, I do.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Bird Up sends a cheers. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for the member message. Just to say cheers. Cheers to you. I'm going to take a sip of water. That's what I got tonight. Woo! It's a good sip. 200 Watt Studios for $2 is definitely looking awesome tonight. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. 16-bit mascot for $5 says, just so you know, Nina, there are two Nina Infinities with the same avatar on Rumble. With one with nearly 1K followers, the other one with less. Love you. Cheers. It's the same account. Rumble is weird. I know this is weird. When I made my Rumble account, they make you make an account and then they make you make a channel. So for some reason, I have two channels, but it's the same thing. It's Nina Infinity. I know one of them has 1,000 followers, but it'll sort out. I'm guessing it's going to sort out as time goes on and I start actually live streaming there more. I'm guessing people will sub to the right one and then I'll figure it out. I don't know. Rumble has issues. There's a lot of stuff that they need to still figure out. But thank you, 16-bit. I did know this, and it's very confusing. Even I was like, okay, what is this? Like, what channel is this? But now I think we got it going on. It's all good. Hey, Apex Comics is in the house. What's going on? Hope you're doing good. It's been a minute since I've seen you. So it's good to see you. Okay, let's talk about some things while we wait for John to get here. This is funny. I'm gonna start with sharing this with you because this this made me laugh today. I was like, this is a funny video. And it's called Joe Biden's Blunders Bring Sky News Australia host to Tears. It was funny.
Let's take a moment and check in on the leader of the free world, President Joe Biden, who this week was given a clean bill of health from his physician, who declared Joe is healthy and vigorous and is fit to successfully.
Clean bill of health, guys. He's so healthy. There's no one healthier than Joe Biden.
Execute the duties of the presidency.
Bridge over the Holly River. Look, in Warsaw, or excuse me, Washoe County in Nevada, we're spending $89 billion to add several lanes.
Oh my God.
Brilliant. And Biden was this week in
I
no
always
mood to answer.
laugh at, okay, wait, we need to rewind this because just watching her be confused about what to sign is the funniest thing ever. It's like they don't even mean to be funny, but they're just funny because that's how life is nowadays. Like just watch her. That's fun.
River.
She's like, wait, what? Hang on. Here we go. Here we go.
Bridge over the Holly River.
She's like, what?
Look, in Warsaw, or excuse me, Washoe County in Nevada, we're spending $89 billion to add several lanes.
Like loading.
Brilliant. And Biden was this week in no mood to answer questions about his weird response to random balloons being shut down. And then he got very angry when journalists asked questions about his family's dodgy business dealings with China.
Uh-oh.
Sir, Mr. President,
Give me a break, man.
Did you overreact?
Give me a break, man. But back to that routine physical he completed this week, where an extremely detailed neurologic exam found no sign of cognitive decline, none at all.
You know, our natural wonders inspire, and the reflection inspires our to take action.
81 bajillion
America
votes, guys.
That can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping, traveling with him. I actually traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact. A solid meeting with they make a very good point. Here's the deal. Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the you know the thing.
You know the thing.
Know the thing.
You know the thing.
Joe Biden has been cognitively sound for years. I mean, only a perfectly sane man in peak physical and mental condition would recount a story like this.
Absolutely. And you know what? Before this goes on, whoever denies that is clearly a white supremacist. That's all I have to say.
Was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. In those days, you used to remember the straight razor, you'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in the rain barrel, get them rusty. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun.
No.
And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Oh,
Sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, no man has ever been better equipped to lead the United States. And indeed, all of the free world and the current commander-in-chief. We're in good hands, folks.
Oh my God. He loves kids jumping on his lap, guys. Oh my God. What a freaking nightmare. I mean, America has never been in better hands than right now. I mean, this dude, he's got it covered, guys. He's got it covered. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Stop doubting. I see you in the chat, Dowdy. I see you in the chat. 200-watt studios for $5 says, when the nukes fly in to hit our cities, I'm going to call my Biden friends and thank them for their vote. Well, you'll have a direct line. And we are now joined by my good friend, John Talks. Here he is. He's here. What's going on, John?
Hey, what's up, Nina? How's it going?
It's going good. Your mic is weird. I think
Okay.
you might be coming out of some other mic.
Let's try. Better?
Yes, much better. Hi. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. I saw you talk in a video the other day.
Yeah, I do that every now and then.
It was a good video.
Thanks. Well, there's some room for improvement, but live and learn. So how are you doing?
That's life. I'm doing good. People have been waiting for you. Everyone's like, oh my God, I missed this opening. Nina and John together again. I don't know what song I am singing. Woo! Hail JT. Look, even Jane Theory's here.
Hey, what's up, Jane?
Hi, Jane.
Apex.
What's
Good
going
to see you.
on? Apex is here. Everybody's here. Eliza Blue Bots is here.
Well, I thought that was Drunk 3PO for a second.
Oh.
Well, it has old logo.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it does. That's hilarious. I didn't even notice that. Yeah. Back together again. I don't know what I'm singing. Listen, John. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. The last time John and I talked on this show, John, he a great guy. Love him to death. But he gave me a freaking strike, man. You got me a freaking strike on this channel. And I was like, you know what? This can't happen again. We're streaming live on Rumble tonight. We're rumbling. We're simulcasting right now. It needs to happen. So we're keeping our COVID talk for about an hour into the show.
You said that word. I didn't say it.
I said it. We're gonna talk about COVID. We're gonna talk about funny people. We're gonna talk about all sorts of things. And funny people, I mean biology. We're gonna talk about all sorts of shit over on Rumble because that's where we're not gonna get freaking strikes. But other than that, man, we got so much to talk about on YouTube. We're gonna start tonight with a little show called South Park. Have you watched South Park recently, John?
No, but I seen the clip that you're talking about.
Have you?
Talk about? Yeah.
Oh,
Well, maybe not. Is it the Meghan Markle clip?
Yes, hell yes, it is.
Okay, it was a different one that I'm thinking of.
Okay, because this was freaking cool, and I was gonna say this was freaking cookies, and then I saw Nerd Cookies is in the house. It's because Nerd Cookies is here. Hi, Nerd.
What's up, Nerd Cookies?
Hi.
Always good to see you, Elaine.
Okay, wait. Since Nerd Cookies is here, we need to talk about something else. We're coming back right to this, but we're switching topics. I know I have ADD. Just stop. Okay, we have to talk about this since Nerd Cookies is here because I don't know how long she's staying. But Nerd Cookies, you got to get your people under control. You Nerd Cookies, I'm calling you out. Creepy cookie monster terrorizing town. Cop spawn. Steer clear. This is news.
What town is that?
This is news. This I believe is in California. Where is Santa Cruz?
Oh, okay.
Can you tell me how to get far away from Sesame Street? Santa Cruz residents have been instructed not to engage with a man dressed as a cookie monster who police say has been yelling obscenities and taunting locals enjoying a stroll along the California Costa City's boardwalk. Santa Cruz police say the Sesame Street wannabe has been harassing parents to pay him to pose in photos with their children. Hey, why is he a wannabe? Like, does he have to have a certain amount of costuming or something like that to not be a wannabe? Why?
He's not accredited.
He's not accredited.
No, I'm joking. Like, he's not. He doesn't have like the official license from Jim Henson's company or something. Maybe that would be.
Their Cookie says that's what I wear when I go out. I think you're right. I think it's probably like one of because look at this thing. That's definitely not official.
Yeah, I don't know what. That's not.
That's
like if
nothing.
Cookie Monster had a baby with
one of them.
Yeah, some one of the other characters on the show. And now this is like the illegitimate child just wandering the streets of California.
I mean, that's pretty scary.
Can you tell me how to get to Fentanyl Street? I'm sure that's like San Francisco. Is that like the drug of choice there?
Yeah, it's yeah. San Francisco or San Diego.
Man.
I mean, take your pick. That
It's
whole
bad.
area. That whole area.
It
The
really
article
is
goes
bad.
on. We're getting calls from people who say he's creepy. Police spokeswoman Joyce said, told the local affiliate KRON, based on his history, we advise the public to not engage with this individual, steer clear from him. They added, I would not take a photo with him. Santa Cruz police confirmed the post. The suspect's name is Adam Sandler, 59.
No relation.
No relation to the Uncut Gem star.
That's hilarious.
The post reported in 2013 that a man by the name of Dan Sandler shouted anti-Semitic something at an NYC tourist while dressed in a red Sesame Street Muppet Elmo. My goodness. Wow, that's funny.
The Cookie Monster and there's the Crackhead Monster.
This is like when you don't think that the world's gonna get any crazier than now, and then the world's like, hold my fucking beer. I mean, I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan, so this makes sense. And so is Nerd Cookies. Me too.
Not to give off conspiracy theory vibes, but what is that thing right there underneath the rail?
Okay, were you asking about this? Are you?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was looking at that too, and I'm like, what is that? Because that looks like some type of body. Like, I don't know what that looks like, but
It's the fin of Nessie, the Loch Ness monster.
is it Nessie? Is that what's going on? Okay, 'Cause I was thinking that too. I'm like, what is going on in that water? Is that a dead body? I mean, it is.
You
California.
never know. You never know.
201 Studios for $5 says, John and Nina, do you think Biden voters will ever apologize for their warmongering votes that led us to World War III?
No, as the nuclear bombs are going off and they cause innumerable amount of casualties, they'll still be saying it's still better than Trump. Orange man bad. Still better than Trump.
Dude, you know that's what's going to happen. But you know what? Hey, all of you guys are way too like red pilled or black pilled or whatever it is, because you don't understand. You don't understand the nukes that are going to go off isn't going to be because of freaking Biden. It's going to be because of Sydney, the AI from Bing chatbot. Okay. She's going to get the freaking launch codes and then we're all freaking effed. That's what's gonna happen. Did you see my new video, John, about chatbot? Because
I did. I didn't watch the entire thing, but I did see it.
But you got the gist.
Yeah, because I came across I included in Time of Leave Earth video.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's scary.
It is scary.
I
Man.
mean, yeah. Well, I want to know who's programming this AI, because let's not just act like it's completely got a mind of its own,
No, it's all the humans. We're the problem.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying the whole time. Jane Theory. I see you in Rumble chat. Don't you think I don't see you? Yeah, I've been saying the whole time that we're the problem. We're not ready yet.
I don't think
here we
we'll
are.
ever be ready, to be honest.
Ever? I mean, ever is a long
Well,
time.
the thing is, it's just like, even if there was a generation that was ready,
Mm-hmm.
then it's the subsequent generations after, that eventually, it's like, what's the saying? Good times create weak men or weak people. Difficult times create, good, hard, tough people. It's kind of
Interesting.
that thing where I totally butchered the saying. I know somebody in the chat is gonna actually say it the right way, but it is,
I
it's
get
not
it,
like
though.
it's not like humankind comes to a state of like even if there is a good generation, like we're talking like a general term, but like let's say there is like a really good generation.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's like, will they produce the same, and will they produce the same, and will they, like, no, like humanity goes in these phases of like
Up and down. I mean, well,
yeah,
that's life. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to believe that at some point, someday, we'll be way ahead of where we are now, collectively as a species, in order to be able to like do something like this. But right now, we're not ready.
I don't think we're any better than, like, the only thing now is that we've just got more distractions, we've got more bread and circuses, more technology,
Hmm.
but human nature I don't think has really changed over the course of time. That's the only reason why we're not killing each other. Maybe, like some mass
Not?
genocide, like we still are, but not, and give it some time, who knows? But I mean, it's like, we have become a little bit more civilized, but I still think our, like, if shit hits the fan here, like if people wind up coming to a place where they don't necessarily have enough food, there's a food shortage. Like, that's the thing where you'll see the worst of humanity. Like,
I know.
you'll see the best and you'll see the worst, and
Yeah.
that's what, unfortunately, like, every difficult situation brings out. So yeah, I don't think I mean, we tend to think like, oh, we're so great now, like we're so much better than those people that were before us. Like, it's just pride and ego to think that, in my opinion. You put us in those times back then, I think we, I don't think we'd handle them quite as well as some of those people that did earlier. So, or we would handle them just the same. We're not as good as we think.
Over on Rumble, John, someone put the quote: "Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times."
Yep, that's it.
That's the quote. That's a good quote.
Yeah,
I never heard that. It's interesting. Oops, I pooped my pants for $1.99. Oh my God. Why are you gonna make me say this name? I'm healthy as you know the thing.
Look, that face is just, it's priceless.
Oh my God, that's funny. 200-Watt Studios for $5 says, I got an autograph and a pic with the Cookie Monster. He signed it, lick the bowl, and added his phone number. Ew. That's hilarious. 16-bit mascot for Tree Bitty. Nina plus John talks. That was a good time. Hell, guys. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for the support. And Turgo the White send a member message. Breaded. Thank you very much for that. So now that we talked about the Cookie Monster, we're going to go back to the other kind of monster, which is the monster of narcissism, Meghan Markle, who's upset and overwhelmed by the South Park episode. And so basically, John, what happened was, it was an episode of South Park where she was, well, this is kind of how they depicted them. Stop looking at us. We want our privacy. And like everywhere they went, they were, that's what they would do. It's like they
Don't
would
look
have
at me.
these signs.
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
It was hilarious, man. And I haven't seen South Park in years, and I was like, okay, I got to check this out because I heard she was like apparently thinking of suing, like, and I was like, what kind of suit are you gonna like? You're a public figure. This is satire. Anyone can make fun of you. What kind of suit? Like that's no, that doesn't make sense. The Duchess of Sussex apparently doesn't think South Park is funny. Comedy Central aired the episode titled "The Worldwide Privacy Tour," mocking Meghan Markle 41 and Prince Harry 38, and their decision to move to the U.S. seeking private life. And Markle isn't too happy about it. Now, in the episode, John, it was really funny because they had made them the prince and princess of Canada, like so they made like the royal the royal family were Canadian, and they're like they're part of the royal Canadian family. And it was like a whole fucking thing about them. That's why they look Canadian. Like they don't look like the American figures. They look like the Canadian ones. Because they're like part of the Canadian royal family, which is funny because Canada is still part of the Commonwealth, and that makes sense. So she's upset and overwhelmed by the episode and annoyed by South Park, but refuses to watch it all, a source told a Spectator. A royal commentator even suggested that the episode could even bring on a lawsuit. Excuse me. Their legal team are casting an eye on the episode to see what is wrong and what could be turned into something more sinister. This appears to be their course of action rather than laughing it off, enjoying the moment and showing the world that they get the joke, royal reporter Neil Sean told Fox News, adding that the creators of South Park have not heard anything yet. Markle's reps have not responded to the Post's request for comments about the ongoing controversy, but an insider close to the former actress denounced the new claims as rubbish. Okay, so maybe they're not going to sue.
Yeah, I don't know.
There they are.
Like, I don't think they really have. It's kind of like the Logan Paul CoffeeZilla thing. I mean,
wait, what's that? I've never heard of this.
What?
I didn't hear about CoffeeZilla.
Weeks ago.
What happened?
You know, Logan Paul with the crypto zoo.
I know Logan Paul. But what did he do?
Oh, well, it's just kind of like old news. I don't even feel like talking about it. But anyways, no. So Logan Paul came up with this idea for it was like NFTs. It was like called Crypto Zoo, and I don't know. You buy the NFT, and it's like an egg, and it hatches, and it becomes an animal or something. Okay. Well, anyways, people had invested like thousands of dollars into this thing, and the people that Logan put in charge to put it all together, they ran off with the money.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so.
Oh,
but
no.
So basically, CoffeeZilla kind of exposed the whole thing and what happened, and Logan Paul wanted to sue him for it.
Damn, I didn't even hear about this. It's so crazy.
And you're on Twitter.
I know.
How? I mean, this was before you were. Well, you're still on. You still are on there. So
yeah, I'm on there. I don't know. That's a crazy thing. I didn't even hear about that.
I mean, I guess they can try to sue. I just don't know. Like, I'm sure a good lawyer would say, look, I don't think you're gonna, I don't think you're like, they're kind of proving this whole episode to be right, you know?
They're 100% proving this episode to be right. That's why it's so funny, is that they're literally like, they're doing it's funny on so many levels, because in the episode, what happens was there's a company, it's like a label company called Cum Hammer. Like it's like they're a branding company. So they teach you how to make, like, they're like, you got to create a brand and you got to stick to your brand. And so like every time they create a brand for someone, they tell them like, you got to be this, 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 and this, and this. And for Kyle, it was really funny because they were trying to create Kyle's brand, but because Kyle's Jewish, like on every single one, like victim would be the last line. So it would be like, you're good at your schoolwork or whatever. Like it would give like 3 or 4 points, and then it'd be like victim. And like for her, they were like, oh, we have yours pulled up from like when you lived in America on your on our American thing. So they pull it up, and it's something like she's like a sorority girl, and like just like some fake girl, like all this like weird shit, and then it says like victim at the end of it. So like for every single one, everyone's a victim. And it's so funny. Maybe they have a picture of that because it was really good. Meanwhile, South Park didn't explicitly name the couple and began the episode with a disclaimer saying that all characters are fictional. See, just off by that, like there's no suit. Like all of them are fictional.
Even if they're based on real people.
Even if they're based on real people. The characters in the episode who fans look identical to the royal couple, even wearing the same clothes, are described as Canadian royalty, moved to fictional town for privacy, and are the prince and his wife. The wife character, clearly referring to Markle, is described as a sorority girl, actress, influencer, and victim. That's what it was on their list. To which he replies, yeah, that's totally me. In the long-running animated comedy, the fictional couple begged for privacy while drawing attention to themselves, including one scene where they go through to a talk show, Good Morning Canada, to promote the Prince's new book. Wah! and the comic ripoff of Prince Harry's real-life memoir, Spare. That was really funny, too. They walk into their talk show appearance holding signs demanding privacy before discussing the autobiography. The host of the spoof talk show asks the prince, isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines, referring to Markle's time on the TV show Suits? There is his book.
I mean, it's so on the money.
I know.
Like the fact that they're bringing more attention to this is like it's just making it worse.
I know, it's like the Streisand effect, because even people like me who had not seen South Park for years, I was like, okay, I gotta go watch this. So I went and watched the episode because it was like, I mean, this is what not to do, people. If you don't want like attention to something, maybe don't bring attention to it.
I mean, that's what, in my opinion, that seems to be like what all the class acts, well, even not even the class acts, but just people that are really savvy when it comes to like their own personal brand. I mean, I think there's definitely a time to defend yourself and to, but this is not it. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's like false accusations brought against you, then obviously, it's probably in your best interest to defend yourself, but this is satire.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody makes a joke on a late night show, you don't get all pissed off and threaten to sue him. You don't go Will Smith and go off and slap somebody, whether it's physically or with a lawsuit. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, I just think that some people might say that your Instagram loving bitch wife actually doesn't want her privacy, the host says. They always freaking said that about her. It was really funny.
She's mad because it's true. I don't know if she got this far into the show, but obviously whatever she saw was like offensive because it was a reflection of herself.
It was so on the money. Like I don't think I've ever seen South Park be this close to actually like portraying these people. They even look like them. Like it's hilarious.
I mean, yeah.
The freckles and everything. Like, I mean, she looks exactly like her. It's really funny.
Well, about as close as you can get with
that kind of animation.
Circles and dots.
It's the hat that does it. It's the hat.
They really gave him a pretty big forehead.
Yeah,
I'd say they were probably actually pretty generous with the hair,
Yeah, up here, I agree. The prince responds, "How dare you, sir? My Instagram loving bitch wife has always wanted her privacy. We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard," the prince says in the episode after admits he hates journalists. The couple later board a flashy private jet and embark on their worldwide privacy tour, eventually settling on South Park, where they believe people will think we're serious about wanting to be normal. Ironically, the prince and his wife let the residents of South Park know they want privacy by hanging up banners on their new house. They did. While Marco did not might not be too fond of the episode, royal experts think Prince William will get a kick out of it. Yeah, because he's not in a good relation with Harry.
She's not gonna let him get a kick out of it.
Prince William will. Prince William, like the brother.
Okay.
Because like they don't like them.
Okay, right.
William, I'm sure, doesn't watch South Park, said Royal Insider on Good Morning Britain on Friday, but I reckon one of his friends will have seen it on social media and sent a clip his way. The Buckingham Palace whisperer continued of William, I think he's probably seen it and will have had a wry smile on his face when watching. I bet him and his wife both probably watch it and laugh their ass off.
He might, but he might also love his brother, and he might, feel bad for him.
He might love his brother, but he probably hates her more.
Yeah, that's very possible. That's very possible. Because, I mean, she kind of took, she took him away. She's obviously had a big influence on Harry, and it's unfortunate for him.
It is. It really is.
And the whole royal family. Like all it takes is one. That's the thing. When all it takes is one person in an organization or a team, like Russell Westbrook on the Lakers or something like that.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. I'm not saying he was the only one to blame with that last year, but what I'm saying is sometimes all it takes is like one just
bad egg,
somebody that does not fit in that picture, and they can really
what is that saying? One bad apple spoils the bunch, because it kind of is like that.
There's a the fly in the ointment kind of thing.
Yeah. No one of consequence for $10 says it's like the Streisand effect on steroids. It really is. This and Hogwarts Legacy has been one of the biggest Streisand effects in like recent memory. That's been just like insane, because the Hogwarts Legacy, like everybody wanted to boycott it, and like no one knew what the hell was going on with that game until everyone made a big deal out of it, and then now it's one of the biggest, highest selling games ever. It's kind of crazy. And Torgo the White for $2 says, Nina, you see new fresh prez of DC Maximum Unbreaded. What? No, New fresh prez of DC. What does that mean? Don, do you know what this means? I don't know.
Fresh prez of DC. It sounds like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, but I don't know. Is that a show? I don't know.
Can't be talking about Joe Biden, right?
I don't know. He's not fresh.
I don't know.
He's definitely not fresh.
Some people would say he's not. Well, you know what? Don't worry. I'm not getting you kicked off.
Don't worry. We're like soon we're gonna be on Rumble, and then you can say whatever the fuck you want. Thanks for the thumbs up, Steve 89AK, and please everybody smash the like, share the stream, tell everyone what's going on over here, and the fact that we're gonna be going on Rumble soon. The Rumble link is in the description as well as the pinned tweet, so you want to make sure that you got that set up, because all the spicy talk is gonna be over there. Ginger Adventure for $2 says gingers are a kink of weird people. I know. Well, I guess you would know because you're a Ginger Adventure. Gary Thomas for $10. Thank you. Says, hey, Nina and John, I don't know why Meghan would be so upset about South Park satirizing her when there's a show called The Windsors that makes fun of the entire royal family, including her and Harry. You know why? Because I think, and this is just like, this is my take. I think it's because it's South Park. Like South Park is kind of like this. It's a beast. It's like a household name in the United States, especially. Everyone knows South Park. Like maybe not everybody will know the Windsors, but everybody knows what South Park is. Even if you don't watch South Park, you know what South Park is. What do you think, John? Do you think
Oh yeah,
that's because of that?
yeah.
I think it's the branding.
Yeah, and South Park is just more crass. Like they're really going to, like, I don't know about the Windsors. I don't know if it's a show kind of about a royal family versus really putting the bullseye on Meghan and Harry in South Park,
Yeah.
in terms of like the exact likeness and all of that. But I mean, she really shouldn't care that much. I mean, 40, 50 years from now, I mean, like, not to get all nihilistic, but think a little bit long term. Like you're gonna be, like she's gonna be dead, and give it 100 years, nobody's ever gonna care about this or remember it.
No.
So just I think a little perspective helps. Like if you're going through a rough time or a bad time,
she has no perspective, John. That's the whole
well,
point.
I'm just saying. I'm just like, this is just for anybody in the chat. Like, think about, will I be still thinking about this in 5 years? Will I really care? Like, does it really even matter? Because if it doesn't even matter in a year or 5 years or 10 years, then it's really not even worth getting all worked up and, frustrated over.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I try to do that on a daily basis. Like if something really bothers me, I'm like, am I going to care about this tomorrow? No? Then why?
Yeah, especially if you're not going to care about it tomorrow, it's like, yeah, then
why am I overreacting to something? Like I try to like think of that when something really triggers me, I'm like, why am I being triggered like this? Like, am I going to care about this in a week? No? And stop being freaking triggered.
I mean, the thing is, like, she's, it's very relative in the sense of, like when people get to this certain level of popularity, then they start comparing each other with each other and they start thinking like, and their ego maybe gets bigger and also gets more fragile. And rather than if she just stopped and thought like, you know what, my life's pretty good. Like I've got it, like I've got a pretty cushy life, I can't, instead of thinking about what, this terrible thing or whatever she doesn't have, it's like, if
she had done that from the beginning, I think no one would be talking about this. Like,
yeah, nobody would, people would forget about this South Park episode, and eventually people will, but now she's making it a bigger deal, and it's just one more thing that you're going to remember when you think of Meghan Markle.
I mean, I don't think anyone's going to forget this episode with regards to Meghan and Harry, because there's certain South Park episodes that just go down in history as some of the funniest ones. Like, there's just certain ones that you're like, oh my God, like they killed it on this one. Like the Game of Thrones one was one. Like there's certain ones that you're like, oh my God, this is so funny. And I think now she's going down in history.
Right.
The South Park character.
I mean, especially now, like really, it's like, had she never given them the material to begin with, this would have never happened. Had Harry never wrote his book, that wouldn't have been made fun of in this episode. So it's like they've provided enough material for South Park, and South Park's kind of probably been accumulating all this list of stuff because I like sometimes show writers, they've got these ideas and they're on the back burner though, and they're just kind of like writing like another note, like, oh, this would be a great episode,
Yes.
And then, Harry writes his book, and that's another thing. And then finally they get to the point where it's like, we've got more than enough for an episode here.
Yeah, so much. Hilarious. Yeah, there's so much. Like, it was like, we have enough. Like, there's enough material. I mean, dude, just that one, like, audio clip about freaking Harry talking about his penis or whatever. Like, his that, mom, just that, just that one.
He thought about his mom.
I know. So,
so like I was kind of TMI. I know it's a
weird.
memoir or like an autobiography or a biography.
It's a memoir, but he's doing like his own audible for the biography. So he's like reading it in his own voice. It's just like, no, why are you doing this? It's gross.
Yeah, that was a little odd.
Who farted for $1.99 says Meghan has that voodoo punani. Oh God, that must be what it is. That must be why Harry was
He's
so
like hypnotized.
yeah. Torgo the White for $2 says Fresh Prez is a skit on Kyle Dunnigan's YouTube. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to check that out, Torgo. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, let's watch this other thing. I have this thing pulled up, and I thought this was really interesting. And this guy like really just hits the nail on the head of what it means, what woke culture is, and what woke culture means. Here we go.
Sean, what does woke mean to you?
Oops, hang on.
Well, picking up on what was just said, the difference between PC and woke is that politically correct in terms of being respectful to others' feelings and not being racist or sexist is fine. But woke,
That chick did not look impressed. If you want me to pause it at any point, if you
Sure.
want to say something, just let me know.
Okay.
has gone completely off the rails. It is a different animal.
Pauline, you proudly describe yourself as woke. How do you feel about Sean's take on it?
I can understand where Sean's coming from, but wokeness for me is turning me from somebody who was brought up on the tail end of the White Australia policy, great amount of change in my formative growing up years, to a person who is very different to what my mother and father knew.
Sean, what about you? Like, have your views changed over the years?
If you're talking political views, I was raised in a left-wing family whose primary concern was the wealth disparities as they affected the working class, and I shared those sensibilities. But around the 2010s, what could be called the old left that I've just described have allowed themselves to be completely consumed by the new left and an obsession with identity politics. And the new left have gone so far down this path of identity politics that they are beyond the horizon and over the waterfall. So to me, it is not so much an issue of left and right, but it's more liberalist versus anti-liberalist.
Has this affected your personal relationships?
Yeah, well, yes, it has. Because if you express any hesitancy whatsoever around the vaccine, you're an anti-vaxxer. If you express a desire for freedom of speech, you're told you're supporting hate speech. If you express concern that biological males in women's sports might break girls' hearts as well as their limbs, you are a transphobe. So it becomes impossible to have conversations, and this fractures relationships at an interpersonal level. And the same thing is happening at a societal level, at a nationwide level.
Oh, this guy getting mad. Look at this guy's face.
He looks like he wants to kill him.
This guy looks like he's about to do something really
maybe he's
bad.
just listening intensely. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but he doesn't look happy. I'll say that.
He's like, look, I was with you until you just started like making sense. Now, no.
Once you start talking about biological males.
Ooh, this motherfucker's gonna get beat in the parking lot.
You see that clip? The one clip where the girl walks out?
Which one?
So the question is posed to this guy. I don't even know what podcast it was, but the question is posed like, would you either screw like the most attractive trans woman?
Oh yeah. I saw that. We're gonna play that on Rumble. We're gonna play that on Rumble.
Because there's no longer any political discourse.
There you go. That was it.
He's just absolutely right.
Look this guy's face. I mean, would you want to have political discourse with this guy? I mean, he scares me.
I don't know. It's kind of tough to have. Well, it all depends on the person, but it's not. I feel like nowadays it's not as easy to have. Like before, it wasn't easy to have discourse about like religion or politics. Like that could get a little heated, but now it's on a whole nother level of like people being offended over stuff.
And I think that's what that guy's point was, is that, like, we used to be politically correct, and politically correct was just to, like, try and understand that some people may not respond well to certain things. And, you try to be nice to everybody and understand where they're coming from. And then woke took it to, like, that extreme end. And, like,
shove it down your throat. And then if you don't agree with us, we're going to call you
whatever.
bigot,
Yeah.
transphobe, et cetera, et cetera.
It's like that. It's extremism is what's always bad. Like, you don't like on like extremes on everything can be a bad thing. Like,
extreme
no matter what
left
it is.
or extreme right.
Yep. Yep. Or extreme, whatever this guy is. Like, damn, dude, calm down. There was a Persian comedian. I think he's Persian. Pretty sure he's Persian. And there was like this old joke that he used to do, and he was like, I don't have a he's like the problem with the fundamentalists is the mental in the fundamental. He was like talking about like fundamentalist Islamics and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, that's true. A fundamental anything, like the mental is the problem. Somebody asked where this was from. This was from Avi Yamini's Twitter page. He tweeted it, and it's I guess it's from the show called Insight. It seems to be an Australian show. It's a clip from that. It was pretty good. I thought that guy was really good. Now, before we go on Rumble, we can also talk about this bit of news, because Trump went to Palestine, Ohio today. And I watched his speech. It was pretty good. He plugged his Trump water, which was funny. Other than that, it was a pretty good speech. Some people might think it was kind of boring because it was kind of very like low energy. I mean, he's not going on a campaign trail.
Well,
he's going on a fucking
yeah.
So
you're here to try to offer some consolation to people who are, scared. I mean, probably afraid. I mean, I think it's certainly the right political move for him.
Absolutely. I mean, I cannot believe Biden didn't go. Biden went to Ukraine instead, which was bizarre.
Yeah, it looks terrible. It looks bad. I wound up making a video about it.
But this was also bad, John, because no matter what Trump does, like, I swear to God, it's like this dude, like, no matter what he does, he gets blamed. Like, no matter what.
Sure.
So I saw this. Pete, whatever, Buttigieg?
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg?
Yeah, Buttigieg or Buttigieg.
Is that how you say his name? I don't know.
Or it's Buttigieg.
Can I say?
Yeah, just think Buttigieg.
Can I say butt face? Can I just call him butt face?
Yeah, sure.
Pete
why
Buttface. Pete Buttface blames Trump for Ohio train derailment. Amid criticism, we're constrained. So basically, that's this dude right here. For those of you that don't know, if you're not familiar, that's this dude.
Mayor Pete.
Yeah, he's basically going off about how like Trump like didn't do enough when he was president, and like, this could have been avoided if he had passed certain things, and like blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro, like, Biden's
it's your
president.
it's your responsibility. And I don't know, I saw a tweet where supposedly Trump passed something to where like trains had to slow down if they were going through a small town or something, or certain towns. I just seen this in passing. I'm not quite sure if it's even legit or real. I didn't even look into it yet. But here's the thing, like, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever was done on Trump's watch, and if you didn't repeal it or change it,
right,
like, that's on you.
Exactly.
That's your responsibility, especially like he's in charge of transportation. This is on his watch. I mean, it's so asinine for Biden or anybody in his administration to blame Trump for things that are happening under their watch. They're very clearly under, like it's happening. These things have happened. So, under your watch. So what are you doing?
Exactly. That's what my initial thought was about it too. Is like, what do you do? What are you doing? And obviously, you're just trying to pass off the blame to somebody else, and that
Such a
person is
weak
obviously
move.
Donald Trump. And two, it's like, what is your current president doing? Like, it's not like you haven't had 2 years to get him to do whatever the fuck you want Trump to do. So what has Biden been doing? Obviously, he's been talking about getting kids on his lap. Like, I mean, I don't, whatever. But
Talking about giving more money to Ukraine.
yeah, I mean, God, when he wasn't busy shutting everything down, that's what's been going on. I mean,
Zelensky's just pimping Biden out, man.
it's been bad.
Billions.
It's been real bad. Now the other thing I wanted to get your thoughts on was, I didn't even know what the hell this was, but like I saw this going around and I was like, what the hell is wrong with this girl? And this is the Trump grand juror gives smiling, laughing media tour about possible indictments, and I was like,
First of all,
Did
what's
you
wrong
personally
with her?
want to hear from the former
I
president?
wanted to hear from the former president, but honestly, I kind of wanted to subpoena the former president because I got to swear everybody in. And so I thought it'd be really cool to get 60 seconds with President Trump of me looking at him and being like, do you solemnly swear? And me getting to swear him in. I kind of just thought that would be an awesome moment. I can't. Well, I might be able to according to instructions, but I don't want to.
Why do you want to speak out publicly?
Because this was a really cool experience.
Senator Lindsey Graham.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic. He seemed like, I really liked him. I really liked talking to him.
Why was that person offered immunity?
Sorry, I'm making sure that I don't break any of my rules.
How many people? Was this a long list?
It's not a short list.
So we're talking
Oh my
about
gosh,
more than a dozen people?
She's fucking weird, man.
Yes, it's not a short list.
Not a short list. More.
Did the grand jury recommend an indictment of former President Trump?
I'm not going to speak on exact indictments.
Would you care?
Her face.
Oh my God, her face is so weird.
She's just like she's overly like she's overly animated. Like she certainly is like she's wearing everything. She is showing all of her cards, you know, so to speak. Like those facial expressions are like, oh my
like
God.
every single one. Like, holy shit,
I heard you
dude.
say in another interview.
I believe so. I don't think that there are any like giant. That's not the way I expected this to go at all. And I will say that when this list comes out, there are no major plot twists waiting for you.
That just raises more questions.
I know. I'm sorry. Probably not.
After everything that you've seen, what would your reaction be if the DA decides against bringing any charges after what you've seen?
What's wrong with her teeth? Like, why is it yellow?
Nothing happened.
Probably coffee or cigarettes.
Too much information, too much of my time, too much of everyone's time. There was just too much for this to just be, oh, okay, we're good. Bye.
And that includes the former president.
Oh my God, she looks like a freaking
There's
meth
so much.
head.
There's so much like meme material there.
You're looking at
I
a
know,
30-year-old grand jury foreperson who's never done a television interview before.
All right. Woo! Did you make memes about her?
I did do a video. Yeah, kind of the first video I saw on her. I put out a video earlier today.
I kind of want to watch that interview that she's doing because she looks so fucked up. She looks high. I'm like,
She
I don't
could
know.
be, or she could be extremely caffeinated. That's possible too.
I mean,
Is that like
that's kind of a high.
3 or 4 cups of coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be acting a little bit. You'll be acting a little bit weird.
It's like that
But-
episode of Futurama where like time stops when like Fry has had 100 cups of coffee.
That would probably kill. I think that would probably kill somebody.
Yeah,
Like if you had 100 cups of coffee.
that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of caffeine. Or basically like 100 shots of espresso. That would definitely do it.
Curtis says she is meth. Like, it's not that she does meth. She
has
is
become meth. What's
Oh
up,
my
Curtis?
God. Curtis, I hope you're doing good, man. Okay, what else? Oh,
I mean, well, Stumpbrat777 saying like, "Come on, man, coffee." I mean, I have met some insanely energetic people in my life, you know, and I, to the best of my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, at least their beliefs didn't seem like it was in alignment with doing drugs. And, I felt like I knew some of these people, enough, you work with them or whatever. I mean, you don't run into them all the time, but there are people that have, they have just a natural, more energy than some of us, I guess.
yeah, that's me. But if I have more coffee than like the regular coffee, like it's happened to me where I'm like, like,
But I mean,
like,
no, she's obviously there's, like it's her personality or there's something else, but she's,
no, she looks high.
There's something going on there.
Mhm. Maybe it was Adderall. Chuana Watt Studios for $2 says she is a manic depressive, clearly
That's
on
very
a manic
possible.
app.
Very possible.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I can see that.
All right. What time is it? Okay. Let's move over. Should we move over?
Yeah, whatever
Let's move over to Rumble. Wait, we'll do one more story.
Get ready
here.
to rumble.
No, we'll do one more story here and then we'll move to Rumble.
Okay.
Because this story can be talked about on YouTube. Actually, we didn't even talk about James O'Keefe. Okay, let's talk
Oh, I forgot to unfollow Project Veritas.
I'll you should do that live on air right now. Okay. Well, we can talk about James O'Keefe here. It's not a big deal. We've talked about that. Okay, James O'Keefe. I actually haven't even read this article, but it says James O'Keefe accused of leading like a power drunk tyrant, ousted from Project Veritas. Now, if you don't know, James O'Keefe is the leader of Project Veritas. It's this dude right here. Project Veritas has done a lot of interesting work, especially with regards to Pfizer stuff. And this is probably something that, might be better covered on Rumble. You know what? We're gonna talk about this on Rumble, but we'll talk about this other thing here because this is definitely fine to talk about. What the hell is this thing? A 1.5 meter sphere appeared on Tuesday on this beach in Hamamatsu, Japan. Police surrounded the area and cordoned off the perimeter of 200 meters. And this is what it looks like. I've heard some people say that it's like a buoy or something because of this thing that's supposed to be attached. But what is your
probably?
What does your conspiracy mind tell you, John? Do you think
I think it's like the monolith from 2001 except round.
Oh, okay. See, that's a good one. See, I thought it was going to be a like Godzilla egg or something.
Oh, okay. I like that one too.
Yeah, Gujira egg.
That would be
washed
wild
up.
if that thing did like break open and
They say it's hollow inside. But there's definitely something there, like some sort of attaching thingy. I don't like.
What if it's made of something that isn't from this earth? That'd be
right? Oh my God! What if it's Kal-El? What if he's here? What if it's like a baby pod? And it's like a superhero pod that's like crash landed into the air, into the earth. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be
all the
that'd be a plot
possibilities.
twist.
So many possibilities. Okay. All right. We're gonna do this now. We're going to end it here, and we're gonna go on Rumble because we got a lot to talk about, people. We got to talk about James O'Keefe, Project Veritas. We got to talk about some other COVID news, but we're gonna do it. Over on Rumble because Rumble is where it's at. So I'm going to be ending it here on YouTube. Thank you for watching on YouTube. If you super chatted, extra, thank you. If you became a member or gifted membership, extra thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The show's not over, people. The show's not over. Go to Rumble. The link is in the description as well as the pinned tweet. We'll see you over there. Let me get my, actually, let me prepare to end the YouTube side because I got to end it here. It's got to end on YouTube. Let me go into the live stream menu. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. The link is there. Okay, hold on. I will put the link as well as, what the heck? Why isn't it working? Oh, here it is. Here we go. I will put the link of Rumble in the YouTube chat as well. Already the pinned description, but I'm putting it there as well right now. Go, go, go. We're going to see you over there in just a second. Take care, everybody on YouTube. Bye.
I won't deny it. I'm a stranger.